Dangerous here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about an album that I've been hunting for on CD for a while, Wall of Silence by Section A. Very alluring album. There's so many things that always kind of captivated me about this album, as well as the album art, so that was clearly something that grabbed me right off the bat. I'll show you guys that right here. So some pretty fascinating art, and it really kind of resonates throughout the album as well. What you get from the artwork, you get it in the music and the theme as well. So we open up with a dynamic track with plenty of layers, the title track, Wall of Silence. This opens up with a futuristic overtone, and the progressive atmosphere I felt like really conveyed that overtone, that the sort of futuristic leering ambience, that electric eye, if you know the reference, you know, is really leering over this track. I really also like the punch through the wall, though, the energy we get in the chorus. It felt like a rebel faction striking against the status quo, fighting back, followed by this ominous bridge, and this was kind of striking back with its mysterious eyes looming over the verse. It was really a unique song with a lot of visuals that I was able to grab from the music and the lyrics, everything. I felt like the lyrics and the theme were very thought-provoking, and you get so much right off the bat from this opening track, Wall of Silence, and truly followed up by another track that gives you a different type of atmosphere right off the bat. A lot of energy and finding the one. This delivers like a straight punch of energy, great tempo, some fiery riffs with some great vocal melodies during the chorus, and awesome little nuances from the guitars, and great range from Nicholas S., the vocalist. He does a fantastic job. I really like his capabilities, or his abilities, and what he's able to do, and when he kind of delivers things in specific spots. He really knows how to sing appropriately for the atmosphere and the mood. He absolutely does a kick-ass job, in my opinion, on this album. Moving on to my must listen, track that's captivated me for quite a bit, All That Matters. This lures the listener in romantically with this quaint piano and Nicholas S.'s enticing vocals. I like the allure that kind of grabs you right off the bat, kind of seductively a little bit, kind of like fake government, the electric eye, making you think that everything is relaxed, everything is okay. It kind of projects this sorrow and hopelessness as well, defeating the populace a little bit. I found in this song, which is evident in the lyrics and in the pain of the vocals. I thought that was really great emotion, musically and vocally projected here in this. I also think the vocals work beautifully in the chorus with some strong keyboards, strong power chords. They're just a magical mixture there. I absolutely love what the chorus delivers. Very, very hooky in my opinion. That's why this is my must listen to, because it grabbed me in so many different ways, with so many different melodies and atmospheres and moods. One thing I thought that was awesome was the two ranges Nicholas showed. In the chorus, he does absolutely a great job of doing two vocal tracks and having like his main vocals kind of come forward and be powerful, but he also does like a kind of higher range, which really added to the vocal melodies in the chorus and added some depth, some power behind it, some little extra hook that you don't really notice right off the bat unless you're really listening to it. So that's why All That Matters is my must listen to, because it's really well rounded and lots of cool stuff, lots of dynamic little nuances within All That Matters. Another song that had some nice fiery power, kind of like Finding the One, was No Tomorrow, but this one did have its own identity. This one felt like, it struck me like I was firing down the highway. When you get the highway, or you're driving down the highway, you got the windows down, the music blast, and you're going a little too fast. This is one of those types of songs. It had just rockin' riffs and power and awesome power chords. Also had some glistening little lead sweeps with the background keyboard to kind of glow and fill and add some depth to that. I really liked how the lead and the keyboard did go together though nicely. It kind of added, like I said, that depth and a bit of like this glow behind the song. So I really liked that kind of underneath, behind the energy that was being delivered in No Tomorrow. And another song that had some similarities, I'd say, to Wall of Silence and All That Matters a little bit, because of the sort of pacing and the ominous sort of overtone to it, the ambience, is How Long. This one did have its own identity though. This one, I'd say, really got a lot of visuals going for me as well. This one takes us back to an ominous mood with this gray aura from the keyboard pacing that conveys this sort of stalking of the shadow man that looms in the dark fog over the dystopian city. It's one of those scenes like in Gotham City, walking down, the rain's pouring, there's people staring, looming in the background. This is kind of what I got from that. Kind of reminds me of this feeling reminds me of the movie Dark City, if you've ever seen that. That's kind of what the feeling I got. I also felt like there was this suspense that slowly creeps in this song with these thicker riffs and subtle, sinister hum over the verse. I felt like there was a lot of mystery behind How Long, like you were being stalked, watched by an individual in the rain, or the electric eye was watching over you once again. And that's what I mean by like this theme, this story kept growing in these different ways. I really thought like the songs really conveyed so many different emotions and different themes within there, and really carried this story nicely in so many different atmospheres in this album. Now these next two songs, I really like the spirit and vigor in Pray for Freedom and Holding On. Not just in the tempo and that type of energy, but in the riffs and the musical energy, but I also got it from the vocals and the lyrics. I got a lot of passion out of it, a lot of inspiration and hope, and there's just so many facets that pulse forward in these two songs that bring a lot of life and hope to the surface, and I find it actually can resonate in our lives here and now if you think about it. There's so much turmoil going on in the world. People, praying for freedom. People wanting to hold on with, the economy the way it is, the homelessness, the cost of living, the wars, all of this type of stuff. And I feel like these two songs don't only just fit the theme of this album and that type of stuff, but it kind of resonates with so many people all around the world. It can resonate in generations past. It can be even in the future. It's one of these songs that can kind of transcend generations. And I was like, it not only just fits this album and the theme, and musically and lyrically and vocally inspirational, but it can kind of just transcend generations. I'm like, that's pretty damn cool in my opinion. One of those songs that can do that, and I felt like I really got that from Pray for Freedom and Holding On. The titles alone really, have a lot of that in there, telling you to pray for freedom and hold on. So I think right off the bat, you can kind of grab the listener with those songs being inspirational. I really also liked the hope and vibrancy that really shined in Pray for Freedom's melodies. Those were absolutely awesome. Those are some of my favorite moments or whatever section piece of this album are those melodies in Pray for Freedom. Just really awesome. I'm going to end it there. I've talked about this album quite a bit. I really enjoy it. There's so many little nuances I'm actually still coming across on Wall of Silence, so feel free to check out Section A's Wall of Silence. All the links will be in the description below for you guys. Check out my Must Listen, All That Matters, my other channels down there. I'm really working on my other channel, my wrestling channel with Captain Witchfingers, so hopefully that starts growing pretty well. But I hope you guys check out Wall of Silence. Really interesting album, lots there to soak up, and a lot of thought-provoking stuff, especially with the AI and technology kind of coming to light, and this album coming out back then kind of plays on that a little bit, kind of maybe predicted the future a little bit with this album, I would say. So yeah, feel free, check out some Section A, really cool band. Until next time folks, how about some heavy listening?